Spice and Wolf is a classic and beloved show, which is now being remade as the more manga-accurate Spice and Wolf Brotherhood. I mean, Merchant Meets the Wise Wolf. As someone who didn't watch the original, here is a totally unbiased review of Spice and Wolf. We'll go over the vibe and storytelling to see if this is something for you. Spice and Wolf is almost a fairy tale in genre. It's a romance at its core, but the setting is Middle Ages Europe, where the church is at its height in terms of political power. Since anything unexplainable is considered witchcraft and heresy, stories of benevolent spirits are dying out. The author's love of fairy tales and folk tales are evident throughout the story, the base conflict being centered around the church's influence in the economy, while Lawrence, a merchant, is harboring Holo, who is a wolf goddess of the wheat. Overall, it has a very chill vibe. A lot of the show consists of Lawrence and Holo's banter throughout their journey together, which is very entertaining. Their relationship grows in a natural and slow way, never feeling forced or creepy. There's a lot of subtlety to every scene, which is the mark of a well-written story. The other half of the show is a lesson in economy. Lawrence is a merchant by trade and teaches Holo, along with us, the audience, the ins and outs of his profession. Without a lot of the dull complexities of modern finance, it's generally very engaging to see how people made a living through being a traveling merchant in this time period. With dishonest scales, misleading information, and the uncertainty of the market, there's a lot of problems Lawrence and Holo must circumvent together. All of this is interesting and written very well, which allows the mysteries of the fox goddess's life to be set up slowly. The supernatural background makes up a very small part of the story, but it's always present and intriguing. All that said, regardless of how well written it is, Mercantile is not that interesting of a subject, and the core of having the same two characters interact in a similar situation over and over again isn't always the most engaging thing. Spice and Wolf, Merchant Meets the Wise Wolf, is deliberately slow-paced, so I cannot call this story boring. However, it does tread the line occasionally when we go through most episodes consisting of business deals and random conversations while traveling the endless roads. In later episodes, we do get more tension as deals go bad and certain relationships become risky. These moments of hardship are even more powerful because of the slow build up to them. However, if the slow style of Spice and Wolf isn't your thing, it will be difficult to get into. Next, I have to talk about the animation, as it's a very good looking and well animated show. There's a lot of nice details, such as the subtle movement of Holo's ears and how every town they encounter feels alive. All of the production is incredible, including the original Japanese voice actors returning to voice the main characters. Lastly, I always try to mention if there is any fan service, and Spice and Wolf has basically zero. Kinda. Holo, being a spirit taking the form of a girl, often appears naked in the beginning of the story. However, this doesn't last long, and it isn't here as a lame joke or a sexual fantasy. If you want a well-written romance, or if you have a love for folktales and the European Middle Ages, I would highly recommend Spice and Wolf. There's a lot of passion put into this story, but if you're looking for something exciting and constantly engaging, this wouldn't be the first place I look. But where you might want to look is this review of Kaiju number 8 right here on this end screen. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of the Spice and Wolf remake in the comments, especially if you are a fan of the original. That's all from me. Jamio.